Welcome everybody. My name is Jill and this is your restorative class. Thank you for tuning in. And if you happen to be new to the practice, this is a wonderful, restful, passive practice. Our goal is actually to not do a whole lot, but rest. So if you happen to have yoga props around the house, blocks, bolsters, blankets, we use these props to help facilitate that relaxation process, to help the body relax and let go and find that place of deep, deep rest within the parasympathetic nervous system. If you don't happen to have the traditional props, there are some great substitutes hiding around your house. You can use a hardcover book. You can cover it in a thin towel or a blanket to soften it up a little bit. If you don't have a traditional eye pillow, you can simply use a face cloth, a softer face cloth, just fold it in half. That works wonderful to cover the eyes and block out the light. If you don't have the traditional bolster, of course, couch cushions, bed pillows, something a little bit firmer would be ideal. And I like to work with 3 blankets. So if you have weighted blankets, you don't want fluffy blankets, but 3 weighted blankets so you're able to fold them into a nice square or rectangle shape. So once you've gathered everything you need, put on your favorite playlist or enjoy practicing in silence and listening to the body. Grab a cup of tea, a glass of water, whatever you need, and come and meet me on your mat in a nice, comfortable, cross-legged position. Draw your eyes closed. Allow your hands to rest gently in your lap. Draw your crown up, lengthen the spine, tall seat here. Taking a few moments here to land on our mats, to arrive, to make that connection, preparing the body for practice, tuning into how we feel today, the quality of the breath, just taking notice here and accepting wherever we may be today. We don't always have the best of days, but just being okay with how we feel and just allowing it to pass. Allowing the possibility of something else new and relaxing and positive to seep its way in. As you connect with your breath, just allowing it to lengthen and the belly to expand, filling all the way up with new fresh oxygen. Maybe pausing at the top and then exhaling, let that belly deflate all the way to the bottom. Finding a nice comfortable pace that works best for you. And during this special practice, things may arise, things may come to the surface, things may trigger you emotionally, certain thoughts, certain feelings, and just staying and being present and working your way through. Accepting how you feel today and allowing it to pass and move on. Nothing stays the same. Things are always changing. When you're ready, we'll begin by floating the hands together at heart center and bowing our heads down towards our hearts. We'll take a couple of deep cleansing breaths here, and then on the third, we'll inhale to Om together. Let's begin by opening the mouth and sighing out a nice big exhale. Inhaling deeply through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. Inhaling again. Big release here. And this time we'll inhale to Om. And release the hands down to the lap, letting the eyes open, put a smile on your face, and get ready for some blissful relaxation. So for our first shape here today, I will give you a couple of options. Our goal is to find a place of rest where the body is able to trust and let go. And of course, everybody's body is slightly different, and one option may work for one person, the other may not. So please do play around, try a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and choose the variation in your body, the shape in your body that allows you to release that tension, to let go and just soften and be and stay. So our first option, we'll come onto our mats, we'll extend our legs long, and we'll take some kind of prop, cushion, block, and we'll just place it underneath the sit bones. You may or may not want more lift in the hips. That actually helps to facilitate how much you can forward fold, because that's where we're gonna go. So first option is feet out in front of us, legs together. That's one option. So if you're choosing that option, you'll start to reach for your bolster. Have your other props close by. And we'll begin here. So inhaling, lifting the head, the heart, and folding over your bolster cushion. Well, if you're like me and this one cushion is just simply not close enough to allow the support I need under the chest and the belly, start stacking another cushion and try that out. And we'll just keep adding on here with cushions, pillows, blocks, until you find the right height to allow yourself the support that you need. So it depends how much flexion you can get. So there's one option. Seated forward fold with legs together, and this will get into your hamstrings a little bit more. So the second option is taking the legs wide. Again, you have that cushion underneath your sit bones. Lifting the hips up, helping support the forward flexion we're going to come into. And again, reaching for whatever we need, hugging it close into the groins, snugging it up towards the body, and finding that perfect height where we're able to just let go and get lost in the yumminess of restorative. So make sure you're fully comfortable here and able to relax and soften, and if you're not, add or take away whatever you need with your props to get there. So our final option, if forward folding has always been a challenge for you, reach for a chair. If you have a kitchen chair close by that's not on wheels, grab a kitchen chair. Make sure it's on something that won't allow it to slide around if you're on laminate or hardwood, so you can put it right on your mat or maybe like a towel. Again, something under the hips. Have a blanket close by, and we'll just place it on the seat of the chair. Hug the chair in close to the groins. Legs can be apart for the wide-legged forward fold or together. And we'll lift the head, we'll lift the heart, and we'll begin to forward fold. Adding whatever we need to support under the chin, or maybe you want to rest down on one of the ears. Hands can just rest down on your legs. And once you find where you need to be, we'll start to settle in. Finding that stillness. Slowing down our breath. Clearing our mind. And finding that happy place where we can reach that deep, deep rest and renewal that the body craves, that the body so desperately needs. This can be one of the trickier practices because the mind is so busy. The body is so active and busy as well. So just allowing yourself, giving yourself the permission to do nothing can actually be quite challenging. Softening through the shoulders here and the arms. Maybe focusing on the rise and the fall of the belly and the rib cage and the chest. Please feel free at any time if you need to open the mouth and sigh something out, please do. We'll be here for some time, so do make sure you're cozy and ask yourself, is there anything at all I can offer myself here to provide my body even 1% more relaxation and comfort? To rest down on one of the ears, be sure to lift the head and switch to the other side, allowing that balance in the neck. If you're resting on your chin, just stay exactly where you are. Softening through the face, the jaw, relaxing shoulders, drawing them away from the ears, let the arms hang. Root your sit bones into your prop. Keep breathing. Full deep breaths. Maybe you want to even count your breaths. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Just continuing at a nice easy pace that works for you. Slow, mindful, unhurried breath. Count 10 more big belly breaths here. folding over a chair, just carefully placing that chair aside. If you took the wide-legged version, you can draw the legs together. And we'll just come into Dandasana for a few moments. Nice tall seat, legs extended out in front of us. You can sit on a prop and hands can rest down by our sides, palms facing down. We'll flex our feet. We'll take a couple half circles with the neck, just slowly floating the head side to side, being sure those shoulders are relaxed, taking our time here. And then lifting the head back up when you're ready, fluttering the eyes open. And we'll begin to set up for our next shape. So having our cushions and bolsters in hand. We'll sit with the legs extended still, and we'll hug that one cushion or bolster into the right hip. And we'll gently draw the heart towards that cushion, inhaling and slowly exhaling as we recline and fold our belly over the bolster. Again, if that's too deep, this is a seated twist. We'll start to stack more support. Building, bringing that earth close to support the belly and the heart here. So legs can either stay out in front, or you can bend both knees, resting down on right hip. That will allow the twist to happen a little bit more easily if the knees are bent. And if you notice that right hip is a little bit tender, you can even take a blanket at the base of your bolster so you're able to rest down on that right hip with some support there. Again, options to rest down on one of the ears. Arms can rest down by your sides, palms facing down, or maybe you prefer to rest on the chin. Settle in here. Take your time to find your coziness, your comfort level, and then draw back towards stillness. Bring the awareness back inwards. What does your body tell you here? Do you need to support it somewhere else? Maybe a pillow underneath the arms so the shoulders don't feel like they're hanging. Maybe another small cushion or folded blanket underneath the head for further support. And then soften, surrender into your props. Maybe visualizing a beautiful waterfall where the water flows freely. The mist is lightly kissing your face. The water is warm. You dip your feet in. It's cool and crisp against your skin. Beautiful flowing, calm sounds of the waterfall. Visualizing yourself here, in this beautiful island with this beautiful waterfall. Swimming in the water, cooling down the body after maybe a day at the beach, and finding that place, that happy place that makes you smile. Letting all those worries go, letting the stresses fade away, and just enjoying the sensation of the water on your skin, the sound of the water falling, and the sight of the beautiful island landscape on this beautiful beach island with a free-flowing waterfall. Noticing if there's anywhere in the body you can soften just a little bit more. Just the tension in the arms, the face, letting the jaw relax, maybe parting the lips a little bit, maybe wiggling the jaw side to side if you hold tension here. Last few breaths here on this side. And placing hands on the earth if they're not already. We'll mindfully move with care as we push into the earth. Walk the hands back towards the body so the head and the heart lift up. We'll come through kneeling for a moment. And we'll leave our props exactly as they are. We'll just simply turn over to rest down on that left hip. Again, legs can be out in an L shape out in front of you, or you can bend the knees, and then we'll rest down on our belly and onto our left ear. Each side will feel much different, so just take your time to adjust. You may need to add some props on this side. You may need to take away something on this side to make it comfortable and accessible for your body. And settling back in, taking your time to wiggle about, find that sweet, sweet spot. And let the body grow still and heavy here. Melt into your props. Noticing the belly expand, the rib cage flare out, and the chest lift as you take nice deep inhales here. Smooth breath. Maybe pausing at the top for a moment and then exhaling slowly as belly deflates. Finding that rhythm with your breath that helps facilitate the relaxation response in the body. Getting into our parasympathetic nervous system where that deep, deep rest and renewal occur. Allowing your body to go there. You're deserving of this time to do absolutely nothing but rest and take care of yourself and breathe. Last 10 breaths here on this side. Slowly begin to push into your palms, lift the body up, and we'll just come to sit on our bottoms for a moment. Move with care here, softly flutter your eyes open. Let the legs go long out in front of you. Come through Dandasana again, nice tall seat. Notice what you notice after that shape, after taking both sides. Did anything come up for you? If you need to sigh out a nice big releasing exhale, please do so. Give yourself time to experience whatever happened in that shape. And we'll begin to slowly set up for our next shape. So taking our big cushions, our bolsters, and lining them up along our mat. Again, it's up to you how much height you'd like. Have some extra items close by. So 2 pillows or cushions are long down the mat. we'll reach for one of our blankets. And we'll take one end of it and we'll start to roll it away from us. So it's a little neck roll. So rolling it into a cylinder. We're going to place this underneath the neck, and we'll place that just at the head of our first cushion. Again, maybe having another blanket close by, you may want to add a little bit more to that. Maybe you want to place a blanket down as a pillow at the end of your mat. We're coming into a reclined bridge pose. So lots of options here as always. We'll just come to sit on our cushions, and we want the cushions to support the whole length of the body. So the cushions are under the back body, the legs. The feet can hang off the edge just a little bit. We don't want anything digging into the backs of the heels though. Then we'll slowly start to recline down and experience this beautiful heart opener and gentle back bend. So if this is too much for the back, start building up your neck support and your head support here. You can start tucking and rolling some more blankets here to add some more support. We can roll the edges of that pillow or blanket that we're using as a pillow to help wrap and securely have it hugging around the ears and the sides of the head, and then we'll recline back down and see how that feels. And we don't settle until we feel completely comfortable. Maybe you want some support underneath the arms, so you reach for some blocks or some pillows to rest the arms on so they're not hanging. And we do want a nice gentle lift in the chest and the heart here. Beautiful. Have your chin just a little bit lower than your forehead. Keep the back of the neck long. Wiggle, fuss about until you find your sweet spot, and then we're drawing the body back into stillness. Find that inner awareness. Focus on smooth breath, clearing the mind, counting breath, visualizing your happy place. Whatever works for you, go towards that. Allow that breath to sweep through your whole body, from the tips of your toes to the crown of your head, to the ends of your fingertips. Sweeping, nourishing breath up and down through the whole body, healing any sore, sticky, tight areas. Relaxing all the limbs here, softening through the shoulders, the face. Resting deeply, finding your stillness. Noticing what's the body telling you in this new shape. Do you need need to offer yourself some support with some props in any other areas, please do so. Be absolutely comfortable here. I'm going to stay here just a little bit longer. Allow the body to let go here. Welcome to have a little bit of movement in the arms if that feels good for you. You can float the arms up into the sky and then out by your sides, sweeping them up and overhead, releasing them down by your sides. So if a little bit of movement feels good here, do that. If doing absolutely nothing is exactly where you need to be, then give yourself permission to do nothing. We'll continue floating the arms for a couple more rounds here. And then resting arms gently down by your sides. Taking our time to come out of the shape as we float hands overhead. Bend both knees and slowly turn onto your right hand side, coming into fetal pose for a couple of breaths. Resting here, taking notice. What's the body telling you? Is there anything you need to sigh out, release, let go, anything that's holding you back or keeping you chained to the past? Let it go here. Pushing into the hands when you feel ready. We'll slowly come onto our knees for a moment. And we'll place our props aside. Having a blanket and maybe blocks or small pillows, and having those close by. So if you have a wall space to practice on or a closed door, that's an option. That's where we're going to go next, but I'll also show you an option on the mat. So if you have a free piece of wall with no pictures, nothing around you to bump into, or simply close the door to your room if it's not already, we're going to bring our folded blanket and place it maybe a couple inches away from the wall. So one thick folded blanket close to the wall. We'll have one block or hardcover book to either side of that blanket for arm support. So where we're going next is legs up the wall or waterfall. So if you are choosing to take the wall version, just come to sit on your blanket. Sit one of your hips as close as possible to the wall. Take your hands back behind you. Start to lean back and open the legs up, the backs of the legs up to the wall, slowly lowering down on your back. Extend the legs up. Arms can come out wide in a T shape, palms facing up, and they can rest on pillows or blocks here. Keeping in mind that we don't want too much of a stretch happening in the body here. So if you're quite tight in the hamstrings, legs up the wall might not feel good for you. An option here, if you still want to try it out without too much sensation, is to simply bend the knees. You don't have to have the legs completely straight. So legs can still be up the wall with a gentle bend in the knees, and that'll take any of the work out of the hamstrings. So hanging out here and exploring this feeling of weightlessness with legs up the wall. Another option is to just come down onto your back. You can have a pillow underneath your body for support. You can have another blanket to cushion for your head. And you can take one of your blocks or your hard-covered books, have that in one of your hands, and we'll just simply recline down onto our backs. Bend our knees, soles of feet to earth, and you can slide one of your books or blocks just right at the top of the sit bones on the sacrum. And you can hang out here in waterfall as you inhale, arms and legs up towards the sky. Of course, that'll be a little bit more work. If that's not relaxing to you and that's too much sensation, you can extend the legs just long down the mat, with or without the block, underneath the sacrum. Rest hands, arms down by your side, and close your eyes here. If you're reclining down onto the mat, feel free to cover up with a blanket. You can start to work with your eye pillow here or your little face cloth to cover the eyes and block any light out. And then for those of you, legs up the wall, just try to soften into the shoulder blades. Make sure they're rooted down into the earth. If you need some support underneath the neck, you can reach for another blanket and put a roll underneath the neck. Have it a little bit closer to the shoulders, tops of the shoulders, and draw the chin down just a little bit so it's a little bit lower than the forehead. So legs up the wall, maybe knees are bent to take the work out of the hamstrings. Maybe you're doing waterfall just on your mat with a block underneath your sacrum. Choose what works best for you and don't force anything here. The body will not be able to relax if you're forcing it. Slow the breath down. Close the eyes or place your eye pillow, the heavy part of the eye pillow onto the brow bone. Let the material rest on the eyes. We actually don't want the weighted part of the eye pillow to rest directly on the eyeball. It is not good for the eyeball to have weight on it. So holding the top two corners of your eye pillow, allow all the beans or seeds or rice to fall to the bottom. Place that heavy part of the eye pillow on your brow bone and just allow the fabric to gently drape your eyes, block the light out that way. Visualizing a feeling of weightlessness, lightness. Maybe you're light as a feather, floating through the air on a warm summer's day. The sun is shining. There's no worries, no stress. There's no more to do. Just floating through the air, weightless, warm air, kissing your skin. Sun is warming your body. Easy, smooth breaths here as you relax and let go. We'll count 10 more deep, nourishing breaths here in this shape. When you've completed your breaths, you can softly flutter your eyes open if you so choose. If your legs are up the wall, you can simply and slowly start to bend your legs and spin down towards your right side, resting in fetal pose for a few breaths. If your legs were up in the air, just slowly lowering your limbs down onto the mat, removing the block if there was a block underneath your sacrum. Hanging out here on your back for a few breaths. Again, taking notice. How do you feel? How's the breath flowing through the body? What are the quality of the thoughts? Is there anything we need to breathe our way through? Maybe taking 3 deep, full breaths to release something. Something that's holding us back, that's keeping us stuck. When the body's ready to move again, we will slowly come up into the kneeling position and we'll begin to set up for our final rest in Shavasana. So this is always personal preference. If you're looking for a few ideas of how to get cozy and comfy, reach for your cushion. Take your blocks or your hard-covered books, take one of those and take it to the end of your bolster where your head will be. And just place it under there so you have a little bit of elevation. If you have a chip foam block or a soft, smaller cushion, you can just place it at the base of the bolster. You can sit on this so it's not so much of a back bend. You can take one of your blankets and place it at the end where your head will rest for more support for your head. And you can roll it a little bit at the end. Have that little bit of a sausage or a cylinder there, that nook, that sausage that could just rest in the nook of the neck there. And then reach for your blankets to cover up and be warm and cozy. And maybe some support for the arms, so having a smaller cushion or block on either side to allow the arms to rest. If you enjoy something underneath the legs, having a little bit of elevation there, you can place your bolster at the backs of your knees. And then opening up your blanket, having your eye pillow or your face cloth close by. Cover yourself up, recline down onto your back, wiggle about, get cozy, really nestle yourself into your props. Place your eye pillow over your eyes, support your arms, palms face up here. Lower the chin just a little bit so it's below the forehead. And we'll begin to do a full body scan as we take a deep, deep rest here in Shavasana. Relaxing through the forehead, in between the brows. Relaxing the jaw, maybe gently swaying it side to side to release any tension there. Palms will face up, arms are relaxed. Let the fingertips gently curl inwards. Let the arms grow heavy. Let the pelvis grow heavy, legs. Let the feet splay out to opposite corners of the mat. Making sure we're completely comfortable, asking ourselves one last time, is there anything I can do here to offer myself just that 1% more relaxation and comfort? Give that to yourself. If there's something you need or need to take away from this equation to let go, please do so. And trust that the weight of the earth is here to support you as you take your final rest. Shavasana. If your schedule allows, please stay exactly where you are. Take a Shavasana for as long as you can, really enjoying this time for you and for yourself to do absolutely nothing. Deep, deep rest here. Thank you for joining me here today. Thank you yourself for the self-care and the self-love and the time that you're putting in to rejuvenate your body here today. The light in me honors and salutes the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.